Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Dalmascian Braves. I am John, the game master for the evening. I'm joined by William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Faust Tol Darkanan, Guardian Gunbreaker.
And L.
Hi, my name is Al, and I'm playing Rowena Brown, the Midlander dancer.
And Cody.
I am Cody. I am playing Naren Malaguld,
Aura.
Where is it? Aura. Sorry. Aura.
White Mage.
White Mage.
And Andrew.
Hello, I'm Andrew, and I'll be playing Miko, the Law of our Red Mage. And it is good to be back. Moving is hell.
And
That it
Sam.
is.
Hey, I'm Sam. I'm playing Blount Gibson, a Rogadan Dragoon. And if you think about it, we're always moving forever through the void of space on a giant rock. So, you know.
But that's cool.
No wonder everything is hell.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up so you knew why everything sucked.
That moving is effortless.
Is it? I feel like it exerts a lot of energy. But anyways, yes, it's been since the last episode 4 was streamed on May 15th. If
In the before times?
No, 2021. If you are watching this not contemporarily, and thus
It's been 7 weeks.
there you go. It's been a while. We've had holidays and events and illness and moving that have unfortunately kept us from doing this, but we're back. Also, as always, just sort of setting the tone for our viewership since it's been a while. Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, and fuck the police, just in general. But yeah.
I'm a little disappointed at you, John.
What?
You said we're back without saying a dinosaur story.
Well, I only do that on the break.
Ah.
You reminded him.
No, it's a very specific joke for me.
And me, who edits them and has to remove them all the time.
Yeah.
How dare! How dare! Anyways, when last we left off, 7 weeks ago, if my siblings count was
Yes,
accurate.
I actively counted the weeks. I pulled my calendar up and I went back to May 5th.
May 15th.
Or May, whatever the date you said was
May
when you said
15th.
it. May 15th. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes.
Yeah, so it's been yes 7 weeks since you looked at me. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, last time we left off.
This would technically be the 8th week.
Yeah.
There have been 7 weeks since.
In 5 days, it'll be 2 months. When last we left off, the Warriors of Light had determined that their next goal would be to find the sky pirate Begamnon, not Backgammon, Begamnon.
I've heard it both ways.
Who
Unknown.
you actively haven't. Who was hiding out in a mine shaft south of the Giza Plains, see if he could potentially support their cause of wrecking shit with the Garleans in Ravenaster, and also stealing back his ship from the Garleans. In order to get to where he supposedly is, though, they'll have to wait, because the pathway to the mine is not accessible until the rainy season begins in the Giza Plains. The party doesn't really know what that means yet, having, as far as they can tell, seen the Giza Plains be a fairly arid grassland of a place. But supposedly in a few days, the rainy season will start, and that will allow them to cross to where they can find Bagamnon.
Wild we had to wait 7 weeks for the rainy season to start.
You know? I mean, it is raining a lot around here now, so it makes sense. So, you've got a few days. Last time, a few of you were doing a few things, but we didn't get to everybody. So, what's everyone doing?
It's been 7 weeks. You're going to have to give us a refresher.
You have a few days to prepare.
Oh, good. I prepare.
I didn't know if there was anything you wanted to do. As a reminder, you're currently working with the members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn that operate out of Dalmasca, out of Rabanastre, which are, let me pull up their names. Agrius Oaks, Delita Hyrule, and Von Sanborn, the two individuals who are named after legendary figures from Dalmascian history. You are working with them in order to try to rescue Princess Ashelia Dalmasca from the royal palace, where she is currently being held under the supervision of Praesus Halem Goondor, who is the Garlean prelate that rules over Rabanastre. He's the political figurehead of the Garlean military, where of the Garlean Empire here in Rabanastre, as opposed to Siegfried von Almasi, who is the military leader, what's it called?
Legatus.
Yes, the Legatus of the 8th Legion, who would be the military ruler of Dalmasca. You had just acquired your membership badges for the
Clan Centurio.
Thank you, Clan Centurio, which I'll give you permission basically to get in and out of the city, so long as you've got those on you.
Mm-hmm.
Which you had done so by completing a hunt that led you to another in a series of beasts that had been being manipulated by, you think, Asians, who are these mystical figures that seem to be pulling some weird ethereal machinations behind the scenes. You're not 100% certain what their deal is yet. And yeah, that was part of why you were trying to go find the Sky Pirate, so that he could help with the, whatever your plan is for dealing with the royal palace. So, and you're staying at the moment at the Sandsea, which is a bar in the East End. I think that's fully up to speed.
Roughly.
So is there anything anyone wants to do before you wait a few days and head out?
Besides, like, checking on the mail every now and then,
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I could try getting close to the palace.
Okay. How so?
Just to see, like, just walking basically, just to see how dense the guard starts to get at what
Right.
areas.
Okay. So yeah, just casually walking as you go towards the north end, which is where the entrance to the palace is. The entrance to the palace would be this section right here, where the rivers converge. The two rivers that run through this particular slice of Rabanastre. Obviously, Rabanastre is much larger than what you're seeing here on the map, but the two rivers that run down the central area, the central parade route that cuts through southern Rabanastre, sort of merge together, or actually their source is a large lake on top of which the royal palace sits, which is also part of the Garum Scythe waterway, which is situated underneath the royal palace and underneath the city as a whole. So you sort of head north following the river. And before you can get basically to here on either side of this sort of arch area that curves around from both directions to get to the palace, there are Garlean checkpoints through which anyone going through, you see, is very heavily searched before they pass through. And beyond the checkpoint, you can see, suits of Magitech, Magitech walkers, which are these sort of like chocobo-esque pieces of magic technology, except they're twice the size of a chocobo and have cannons installed in them. They are explicitly the Magitech mounts from Final Fantasy VI that Terra opens the game inside of one. So yeah, you can see Magitech armor, such as that on the inside of the checkpoints, as well as at least 2 Magitech Colossuses, which are massive. There are monsters known as Iron Giants, which are these sort of gigantic animated suits of armor that some ethereal scholars presume to either be remnants of Allegan technology or just sentient armor possessed by a demon of some kind. In this particular case, they look very similar to that, but obviously more technological.
Sorry, wait, more?
Yeah. Iron Giants look just like suits of armor. Where these Magitech Colossuses look more like giant robots than giant suits of armor.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm just getting a gauge of what the defenses are going to be like.
Yeah, so you're definitely getting
Sounds
a sense that at least on the ground, they have quite an amount of foot soldiers backed up by armor.
Sounds like we need a big robot too.
Never hurts.
I got pretty close.
I can go pick up a few potions if I could.
Okay.
I'd go with you on that.
Yeah, you can go pick up some potions.
How much do what sizes do they have? And
at the moment they only have the shitty potions, which are the
okay,
basic standard potion, which are, or guys, in D&D terms they'd be minor potions.
yeah.
Which are, let me look that up real quick.
Why do I think it's 70?
Yeah, 70 gil.
So
I'll buy 5 of those.
I am buying 3.
So yeah, and remember they heal 1d4 hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I guess
eye
that's
drops,
about it.
and what was the other one? There was
Yeah,
like an antidote thing.
You have potions, antidotes, eye drops, and also potions, antidotes, eye drops, and echo herbs.
Right. How much are antidotes?
Antidotes are 50 gil.
Okay. Take 2 antidotes, because that's a nice round number for me.
So antidotes, 1-use items. They cure the poison condition. Eye drops, also 1-use items. They cure the blinded condition.
And the echo cherbs.
Echo herbs cure the silenced condition.
I can be silenced. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I'll pick up some of those herbs.
It does have a bit of a larger effect on the mages.
How much were the herbs again?
Echo herbs are 50 gil.
Yeah.
Or 5 gold or 5 silver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I forgot.
because gil is on Gil is on a copper scale.
Copper's
Yeah.
100 gold. Or sorry, 100 gold to a copper.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know what I mean? 100 to 1? Cool.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes,
So-
1 gold is 100 copper.
1 gold. Yeah. So one silver is 10 copper. 1 gold is 100 copper.
Oh, don't bring silvers into it.
Gil
Don't do that
are-
to me.
Gil are effectively copper as far as pricing goes.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. I'm gonna buy 5
And
charges
1
of
electrum,
Echo
everyone's
Herbs as
favorite
well.
coin. 5
Get out of
silver.
here. Get out of here. No.
Which means it's 15 Gil. Anyways, sorry, what was that, Cody?
I'm buying 5 charges of Echo Herbs as well.
All right.
So
There is also since you are now Clan Centurion members, there is also a special shop in the Mutro Bazaar that you have access to that may occasionally have more rare items that you can check into.
Yeah.
definitely go there.
Do you all still have your Phoenix down?
Yes,
Yeah.
we haven't used it.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I'm carrying it.
Yeah. So if you go to the Mutro Bazaar and find the clan shop, they currently have on sale 1 ether and 1 remedy.
Hey, William, what's a remedy do?
If I was going to take a wild guess, I'd say it's a lesser or greater restoration in a bottle. Because I believe remedy's like a cure-all.
Yeah, to an extent, yes. A remedy cures 1 of any condition, save. Let me look at the condition list real quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
save
that's
Doom.
right. We've Doom, huh? All right.
Yeah.
What was the other one you said?
Remedy cures 1 of any condition, save doom, and an ether, which restores
Ether.
1d4 magic points.
They only have 1 ether.
Yeah, they only have one ether at the moment. Ethers are rare.
Yeah. How much is that?
The ether is 222 gil,
Okay.
and the remedy is 400 gil.
Jeez.
It's a long list of things that a remedy can cure.
I'll buy them both.
All right.
So that was 622.
Yeah. And they also have a few other things, but none of them seem to be of particular interest to you as adventurers.
I mean, you say that now.
They sell they also have a variety of rare beast parts that they get sort of from hunts. The kind of things you might turn in as opposed to buy yourselves.
And just for memory, we've turned in all our bits and pieces already, haven't we?
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's what that final divide is.
Yeah.
That is that last two.
Didn't catch that.
That last 2,000 gil we got was from our last turning of stuff.
I've got nothing. I don't have the money to buy anything cool, and don't have the skill to make anything neat.
What can you do, Sam?
Well, I can jump around with the best of them.
Oh, there you go. That's all you need, really.
That's about it. I mean, and devil take the rest. Who cares about the rest? You know what I mean? Although I suppose I could go fishing in these rivers just to kill the time.
if you want.
I do want. I'll
Alright.
throw old Wiggler out. See what pops up.
Let's give you a survival check.
Can I make that with my fishing tools?
Yes, you can. So it'd be wisdom with your fishing tools.
Cool. I'm just gonna hit the wisdom button because I don't have my fishing tools set up. Plus 2 and yeah, it's 11.
So you go cast a line in the river, and a few people look at you funny. And they don't really say anything, but they look at you funny. You're just fishing. Nothing seems to bite.
Yeah. I mean, that's fishing for you.
Make a nature
I don't know if
check
you've
for
been
me.
fishing, but that's all fishing is putting water in the line in the water and waiting.
As you're waiting and thinking about it, this river comes from a reservoir, not a lake.
Yeah. It's fine. Didn't expect to catch anything anyway.
There's probably nothing in there to catch.
Ah. But if something is in there, I'm gonna get it.
Fair enough. So, with the days whiled away fishing and waiting and biding your time, eventually you all wake, ask around, and while you get sort of, there's no real changes that you can detect on the weather in the city. You are told by a figure that stands very near to a large weather vane that seems to move in esoteric and strange mannerisms that the rains have begun to the south.
Weather vane moves weird, or the individual standing next to it?
The weather vane moves weird. The individual standing next to it looks sort of studies it as if they're reading a book, a very interesting book that you're not certain how they would be reading.
Well, I think that would be our cue to make our way back out to our destination then.
I should probably get there before the rains start. And he says, looking up and around.
We pack a poncho? I didn't bring an umbrella.
We should, yes, prepare for heavy rains.
It's going to be disastrous for my hair.
Mikoko just hugs her hat down a little bit as if to tighten it on her head.
Get that hat prepared.
Oh,
I
I
made
want
a
to
new
make me
one.
Coco a set of stilts.
I would love.
Is there a place
I would
here where
love
we
to
can
see
acquire?
a Lala on stilts doing a displacement? You can just take
is
somebody
there a-
out with the stilts.
Is there a place here where we can get rain gear, like umbrellas, ponchos, anything to cover ourselves from the rain and,
You've
and the weather?
definitely seen some like alternate weather gear gathering dust at Magello's sundries. Magello, the Banga shopkeeper, doesn't seem to like ever draw attention to them, mostly because it doesn't seem like anyone ever buys them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the weather in Dalmascian is pretty consistent, or at least in Ravenastra it is.
I say within the city maybe, but apparently if you head out south, there's enough rain to change the geography.
Can we buy a boat?
We didn't.
We should buy a boat.
We should buy a boat.
Let's settle for rain gear for the moment.
Like a poncho.
So you head to Magello's. You can get some rain gear for very cheap. He basically, so it's basically 5 gil a coat.
Heck yeah. I'm taking a coat.
Sorry, you cut out right when you're right after you were laughing.
5 gil a coat.
All right.
Deal.
pick
You're
up
throwing
a
in the
coat.
boots, right?
Galoshes come with it, yeah.
Brilliant.
Any
Got
umbrellas
shoes
or
anyways,
hats?
so
They have hats, and they don't have any umbrellas, but they do have hats.
I'm going to be looking for one that's sort of wide enough to kind of act like an umbrella.
They have a very wide-brimmed garden hat.
The widest of brims.
You know, it's one of those. You know, it's like a pearl color, it's like pearl colored, sort of a rounded cap head, but with like a sort of a slanted, asymmetrical, very broad brim. Seems
How waterproof does it look?
not at all.
Eh.
Looks like it's made of wicker.
How about I'll buy 2 coats and try to get one of them to act as a coat for the hat?
You can do that.
I will certainly try.
The hat
Ponchos
is
all the way down.
The hat is 10 gil.
Oh no, whatever will I do?
Just say it's
So
a fancy
it's-
hat.
Yeah. So it's 10 for the 2 coats. You can keep the spare set of boots and 10 for the hat, so it's 20 all up.
So no galoshes for you.
I'll take 1 pair, but if I'm buying 2 coats and they come with 2 pairs of boots, I don't need the second pair.
For your hands, though.
I mean, you make a compelling argument.
Never know when you do a handstand.
Yeah, but then the hat's not doing its job.
Yeah, got a point there.
For her part, Mikoko will just buy 1 coat and then cut it down to size.
They have them in Lalafell sizes.
Okay.
No, specifically a large one that will be cut.
It's like, no, I see that you have a Lalafell sized one. I want the Hure sized one. I'm going to modify it myself.
I mean, when you do that, you can take the Hure-sized amount of material and just double it up to make it Lalafell size, but extra thick.
Actually, yeah, I might do that. Just in case.
However you want to do it. Though the issue there is that Hure size is more dimensions than just tall in comparison to a
it's also
Lalafell.
wide.
Take it in everywhere and use all the extra material for extra layers.
It's like cut it in half, stitch it closer.
Nah, I think what Mikoko does is she takes about half of it out, takes the rest in to fit her, and then turns most of it into extra layers and adds a cloak.
Cloak on top of the coat. That's excellent.
Yes,
Sounds good to me.
just in case she gets washed away and someone needs to catch her.
It's the European duster that's like a full jacket, but with like a cloak on top of it.
Yes.
Oh
And
god.
do they have any pins?
Yes.
Mikoko looks up with a mouthful of them.
Because I will need some pins to pin this hat coat to the hat.
There are pins that you can acquire.
Excellent.
I mean, at this point, it would have been easier with the boat. Am I right?
Make a perception check, either Mikoko or Rowena.
I can.
No, I mean, the two of you are the two that could make a perception check. I should clarify.
18.
21.
That's funnier. Rowena, while looking around for a pin, and after acquiring some, you notice that there is there's like a golden, sewing needle that seems to have been lost amidst the clothing pins that you're looking through. It definitely doesn't look like it belongs with these pins.
I'm gonna try and gather up a few pins and grab that one with me.
Give me a sleight of hand check. Yeah,
20.
no, you are able to conceal that golden needle in with the other pins as you acquire them.
Meanwhile, Faust is just like, get me a Rothgar coat just because I needed to cover my armor.
Give me one of those Bajan cuts. They're really big.
Naren's happy with his rain gear drug rug.
All right. So yeah, you acquire your rain gear, plus or minus one extra thing, and head out. You head to the southern gate, passing through with your clan Centurio passes, which let you get in and out of the city. And as you exit towards the southern gate, you see the sky in the distance over the Giza Plains. It's not raining where you are. In fact, where you are, the weather hasn't changed at all. But basically 10 feet out from the edge of the city is just a sheet of rain. And as far as the eye can see beyond that, it is pouring from a dark gray sky. Rain so thick it's hard to see landmarks you had been able to see previous. And interestingly, with the rain hitting as heavy as it is, the previously mostly barren grassland seems significantly more vibrant, what you can see of it. The dull grays and browns are now brilliant greens, and where previously there were, series of, divots and channels in the dry ground, it's basically like sort of a delta that is being crisscrossed with rivers.
As Faust looks up, is the demarcation line for the rain where it stops before it hits the city basically a hard line? Like, does it look like the city is being shielded magically from the rain?
It doesn't look like the city is being shielded magically. There's not like a curve along the city, along like a specific border or anything like that. It just looks like whatever the weird weather pattern is that causes this, it also contains it.
So it's just like a self-contained area of heavy rain.
Yeah.
Well, let's make our way then.
So, you walk south towards the edge of the rainfall. You brace yourselves for the oncoming cold and wet. And you push through the wall of water into the rainy season of the Giza Plains. The water falls... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, before we get there, but after we're out of the city, can I bring out the golden needle and just try to give it a look, see if I can see what's different about it besides being made of gold?
Sure. Give me either a religion or an arcana check.
Same roll. 13.
You sort of look at it, and it seems vaguely iconic. In that, like, as you're sort of thinking about it in the context of religions and iconography, like it seems designed to a shape, as opposed to just being the shape of a needle kind of thing. As you're sort of looking at it, this is like, you know how you can tell when a thing has been branded, like, and this is a branded design. It's kind of like that as you're looking at it. It's like this is not just a needle. It is a specific kind of needle. And that ticks something in your brain, but you're not certain what.
I'm going to keep it to myself for now. Then.
Okay. Yeah, just you're not able to identify it strictly speaking. It's just it seems important, and you're not certain why. All right. So with that,
Cool.
unless there's anything else,
I'll just cast light on my staff so we kind of don't lose track of each other.
yeah, you enter into the heavy shooting rain.
Is it just rain or is there wind?
Where you're at right now, there's a light breeze.
In the rain.
In the rain, it's hard to tell. It's just a wall of water right now.
About to find out when we step through. As Faust makes sure that the hood of this coat is pulled up and forces his way into the rain.
So yeah, the rain is cold and it is heavy. You can feel it pressing down as it comes down in sheets and sheets and sheets of rain. A seemingly endless amount of water, to the point where, Mikoko, you in particular feel like you might get washed away at any moment. Fortunately, the divots and crevices in the ground managed to redirect most of the standing water into these rivers and rivulets, as opposed to having it sort of flood the plains in general. It sort of floods it's still being flooded, but it's flooding in very specific ways. And so you head out into it. The first thing you notice is that there is significantly more wildlife out here than there was the last time you were here. There were creatures around, but it seems like...
Yeah, we got dive bombed by one.
Yeah, you got dive bombed by one. But it seems like there are... It seems like there's a wider variety of creatures that come out during the rainy season. Air quotes rainy season. Because, it's a period of rain as opposed to a full season. But you're seeing, in particular... that you didn't see before, a lot of large amphibians, including giant frogs, that occasionally will watch you. They won't approach, but they sort of have this strange gait to them. They sort of move with, almost with a stutter in their motions, as if their bodies don't move quite right. It also doesn't help the fact that they are roughly the size of a house. And look like they might be able to swallow Mikoko whole.
I want one of these frogs so bad.
Question.
Question. Question, you said?
How loud is it
Very.
right now? Okay.
Very loud.
I can cast Mage Armor on myself.
Yeah, same.
Oh, no one can hear me do it.
Mage armor. But even with the loudness of the rain, you can hear the loud, off-putting croaking of these toads with giant bulbous eyes that seem to look in 3 different directions, but always one of them at you.
Wait,
twisting their head.
Are they frogs or toads?
They're giant frogs, yeah.
Okay.
They don't look like normal world frogs.
Yeah, especially given their size.
Are they just hopping around doing their own thing, or are they following us a little bit?
Most of the time, they're hopping around doing their own thing.
I would like to hop close to one.
Here, I'll give you an image of what they look like.
Less cool than I thought. Significantly less cool.
For the viewers at home.
Yes, I want the second one more than the first one. For the viewers at home, you know that picture of the blobfish from the internet where it's brought up from the depths and decompressed?
Oh, they can see it. I've put it on screen.
Viewers at home, it's the blobfish with a spiked 90s hairdo.
Radical.
Also unsafe.
So yeah, they definitely... That person's reaction that you're seeing in the image is the correct reaction to these things.
I was picturing giant stoic frogs being pelted by rain. I see now that
I mean,
they're the juggalo of frogs.
they are indeed. They are indeed the ICP of frogs.
Whoop whoop.
And
No longer have an interest in taming this frog.
what was that, Andrew?
They in phrases I never expected I'd hear.
But yeah, they're mostly minding their own business, but they are like eyeing you as you go past.
I'm gonna jump higher than they can jump, just as a flex.
You jump 30 feet in the air. Well, you expend a Dragoon charge to jump 30 feet in the air as a flex.
One of them just jumps up and never comes back down. As a flex.
That's not a jump, that's a glitch. My people need me. I must go.
What's that? I couldn't hear you over escape velocity.
But yeah, so assuming you don't decide to poke the Gigantoads, you continue on, heading south across the plains.
Nope.
Go ahead and give me anyone who wants to. You can either give me perception or survival checks to navigate the plains without stumbling into a nest of creatures and getting into a fight.
100%.
Sure.
I will be doing that.
No, I'm good.
Bad at
Jumping.
both, but I can certainly try.
Supposed to be decent.
Jumping high and
Not about what
looking
I
around.
expected.
It's a lot easier than you people on the ground.
So between Makoko, keeping an eye out for loose flooding that could wash the poor Lala away, and Blount, who's just large enough to not care and thus can focus more on the creatures around, you manage to navigate your way fairly safely through the Giza Plains without running into anyone. It helps that you do have ready landmarks. The large black stones that you had found previously, sort of scattered, dotting the plains, still exist. And weirdly,
to see.
Sorry, pardon.
They're just a lot more difficult to see.
Oh no, they're much easier to see. They're still fairly easy to see because they are large, even in the rain. Even with the rain reducing visibility, they are still large, and immediately sort of stand out as soon as they come within visual range. And also weirdly, as you approach a few of them, the monsters on the Giza Plains seem to avoid them. So you as you get to one, there's just sort of like this radius of where nothing really comes near, even in the rain. You imagine that's probably why the various camps that you had seen out on the plains previously are situated near them. In fact, as you come to your second or third stone navigating south, you note that there are a few travelers who have set up a camp near one, sort of just with a tent, waiting out the current storm, but they don't seem to be particularly heavily armed, and they also don't seem like they're being particularly bothered by any of the creatures. But you continue on. Eventually, you come to what you determined to be the thing that sort of like, as you're going through and you're sort of seeing the fairly drastic change in the landscape, you find that there is now, thanks to the river, there are several sort of deeper and more dangerous crevasses that have been filled in with water. That would have been more difficult, more challenging to cross on foot when it was dry, but now that it's wet and raining and the storm is here, it seems like there are sort of various natural floating paths that have emerged as what was formerly sort of dead trees lying about in the dirt have risen with the water level and gotten stuck in specific areas to form bridges. That, while still buoyant and floating on the water, are stuck in such a way that they pretty much can maintain their position so long as they don't get sunk. it looks like in order to continue further south, you will have to cross a few of these tree bridges. So, how do you want to cross?
How wide is the chasm?
The chasm is based on sort of the connecting structures that you're seeing here with these tree bridges and some of the higher land masses in the middle of this river. From one side of the river to the other, if you were to try to swim it, it's about 40 feet. With sort of like 20 feet from here across a tree bridge to a sort of a small central platform, and then another 20 feet of tree bridge to the other side.
Okay.
I sit down my pack and dig out my rope.
Yes, good. Excellent. Do you want to go across and I will anchor this side?
Just anchor one side. I have an idea. Not going across yet.
Okay.
You'll have to toss me.
Yoko just looks shocked.
Alright, so what are you doing?
So once Blount securely ties one end of the rope, I cast Mage Hand and grab the other end to take it to the central platform.
Oh, you smarty. You so smart.
What's the range of Mage Hand?
30 feet.
30 feet? Yeah, that's more than enough. So yeah, you cast Mage Hand, this ethereal hand picks up the rope, carries it across the river.
Can I see anything in the same general area? In that, basically as far as the hand can go, can I see anything there to tie it to at that end?
Doesn't seem to be. It seems like it's a fairly cleanly washed away, basically a rock in the middle of the river. Like, it's a fairly smooth platform, very small as well.
Well, there's enough. There's at least enough rope to wrap it around something and tie that off.
It's not like you want to wrap it around like the rock.
Oh wait, sorry, I bad at words. Also, it's been a while.
No worries.
Haven't had to do this in what feels like an age.
Haven't had to think tactically in a while.
No, I haven't gotten to play games in a while.
I mean, that's fair.
So what I was thinking was, because there's 50 feet of rope available, anchored at this end, take the rest out to the central platform. So the rock that you mentioned, that's actually partially submerged?
It's just above the waterline. It's part of what the tree is stuck on.
Right. So
what if you tie the rope to yourself, and I'll have the rope on this end, and if you run across the bridge because you're the lightest of all of us, if you get across the bridge all the way to the other side, you can tie it to something over there, and if you fall in, I'll pull you out as quick as I can. Like, tie it around your belt.
Yeah, could be done.
What's all on this central piece?
Nothing.
It's a
smooth rock.
Yeah, so nothing to actually secure it there.
Well, no, go all the way to the other side of the river.
Oh, right. Yes, of course, because it reaches far enough. Sure.
And if it doesn't reach, I have more rope in my bag. We'll just tie on.
Well, John said it was about 40 feet, so
yeah.
Sure. I will tie the other end to myself. Disregard the mage hand thing.
Okay.
I thought that would be clever.
No, I mean, it works.
I
It's
liked
just
it.
got to figure out how you're getting there. I figured you might have had
Yeah,
another thing to add to it.
No, it was just I was just going to tie the mage, use the mage hand to tie the rope in the middle of the river, so we get that far, and do it at the other end. Rinse and repeat. Heavy emphasis on rinse. But that is not an applicable option since we can't tie the rope to anything in the middle. So we just have to get someone to the other side.
All right. So you tie the rope to yourself, and take off across.
And I've got everyone else on the rope on the other end.
Probably not necessary, having checked how much. I mean, do you really need more than one person for?
It is in fact a raging river.
I weigh 130 pounds, including my gear.
I mean, have you tried to rip someone out of a raging river before?
Yeah, it's not.
No,
it's not your weight that's the concern. It's the force being pushed upon you.
Ah, I see. So, with that in mind, in the interest of not falling, it's not going to be a run across. It's going to be very careful.
Okay, so with a careful sort of like balancing act across the tree bridge. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check with advantage, since you're taking your time.
Fuck.
Oh boy.
That's a 9.
All right. So
Do you have an inspiration? It's been a long time.
Inspiration
I have it
only gives
marked.
advantage. It doesn't give a reroll.
no advantage. Inspiration gives you another roll. It's like advantage, but not exactly like advantage. You can use inspiration even if you were already rolling with advantage.
Huh. That is not how I understand it.
That's how I run it. Like you use inspiration to get another roll. If you have a regular roll, inspiration gives you technically advantage. But if you're rolling with advantage, you would still use it for another roll. It's more like like a luck point than a.
And if you had elven accuracy, you'd be rolling, I don't know, 12 d20s at that point.
You know what? I think it's more fun to not use it.
That's fine. That is also valid. So yeah, you start your way across the first bridge, and you make your way across easily enough. The bridge is fairly solidly in there. In fact, it sort of surprises you how little it gives under your weight as you go across. The problem arises when you get to the central stone. This stone has been worn down by the river every time the rains happen. And what happens when you have a river-worn stone like that is that it becomes very, very smooth. And you're not expecting it to be as smooth as it is. So as you step onto it, your feet just go out from underneath you. You completely lose your balance because you weren't expecting to need to balance on stepping on this stone and into the river.
There is a very high-pitched scream that is quickly stifled.
Brace! And I start pulling.
All right, give me athletics checks. All right, 14 from Blount, 17 from Faust. Are you the only two pulling on the rope? Oh, sorry, 13 for Narin. Sorry,
I corralled everyone. I'm sure that Rowena didn't actually have their hands on the rope, but you know.
Hand is on the rope, but it's just a slight pull.
No. There's
The head is just put there.
No, Rowena's pulling. The problem is Rowena is pulling at the back rather than at the front. And so Rowena is pulling against the others rather than against the river. So you all hear a slip and fall, but from behind you, as Rowena pulls hard enough to lose her footing and tumble into the mud. But at the same time, you also manage to pull the rope hard enough and fast enough that you get Mikoko to the riverbank.
I'll pull him up, offer a hand.
Do you take the hand, Mikoko?
Shaking, Mikoko tries to take the hand, but
Oh, yeah, no, you're able to take the
that
hand.
was terrifying.
Well, that was a slippery rock, huh? We watched you go pretty quick.
She doesn't say anything at first, but is now soaked more than she was. So I cast prestidigitation to dry myself for the split second that I get before the rain sets in again.
Was it every just 6 seconds you're dry again?
It's not really worth the effort to keep casting it because the rain is just constant.
Mm.
It's just to get it out of everything under the coat.
Right. Well, you already dunked it once. Second time lucky?
It'll help.
I'll help Rowena up. I don't have any sleeves left.
Yeah, you turn back and help Rowena get up out of the mud.
I hate this place.
What happened?
I was pulling on the rope and then I slipped.
That will happen, yeah.
Should be clean in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah. The mud will wash right off. Well, not off of that, but, maybe that's what you get bringing such a fancy hat out here.
I paid good money for this.
Shall we try again, Mikoko?
Right. No sense standing around. It's got to get done.
Everyone on the rope? Ready
Yep.
when you are.
All right. So go ahead and give me another acrobatics check with advantage, Mikoko.
That's better. That's a 20.
This time you're prepared for the slipperiness of the rock. And you manage to set yourself before you continue moving. And with that extra preparation, you are able to get across the river with no additional issue.
Can I find something on the side to tie the rope to?
There are a variety of sort of like tree stumps and things that you can absolutely find to tie the rope to.
Great. I untie it from myself and attach it to one of those.
You do so. You give it a few firm tugs just to make sure that it's tight, that it's tightly tied. It is. It seems like you've managed to anchor it appropriately.
All right, everyone across. I'll go last.
All right, who wants to go next?
Faust will go ahead
I'll
and
go.
cross.
All right, so we'll have. So which one of you would like to go first?
Yeah,
Faust
I'll
can go
go.
first. Or, yeah.
All right, Rowena. Give me an acrobatics check with advantage. Your DC is lower because there's a rope. There's a guide rope.
21.
Not that you needed it. You're good.
I mean, I suspect as much being a dancer.
Yeah, easily managed to get across. Damn it! Stop doing that. Sorry, I keep clicking the wrong thing, and I'm trying to do a thing, and it's not cooperating.
See, I really don't know what was so hard.
You say that once you're on the other side with me, Coco.
Oh yeah.
She
Right
just
hander
folds
comes
around and
in.
turns away from you.
All right, Faust, you're up next.
Yep.
How much?
Where I rolled 2 ones. 18's good.
You managed to get across just fine.
Faust touches down on the other side and kind of looks across the river exhales a bit, looks over at Mikoko. You made that look easy.
Second time.
Well, none of us were fully prepared for what that was going to look like, but I think you handled that better than I did, even on my successful cross.
All right.
That's 21.
21. Naren, you as well are able to get across fairly easily.
Just me left, eh?
Yep.
I will untie it from the anchor on this side and tie it around my waist. And as I make my way across the bridge, wind it up around me.
All right. So
Faust will definitely be holding the rope on the other side.
My forearm once.
Well, it's also tied to the thing, so I'm not gonna,
Yeah, but if you fall in, you might rip it out of the ground, considering how heavy you are.
Nah.
So
I think
you make your
we're
acrobatics
about
with
the same
advantage.
size.
You do not have the reduced DC though because the rope is not anchored on both ends. But with an 18, you make it across just fine.
And I take the coil of rope off my shoulder and I hand it over to Mikoko.
Right. Thank you. And she promptly unties it from the stump, coils it, and stows it back in her pack.
Everyone go
Or
ahead.
on the side of it.
Everyone go ahead and make me perception checks.
No sense in letting the rope
Oh, whoops.
sit around.
That was the first roll, so 17.
All right, 17, 16, 12,
4.
4.
Cannot roll perception for the life of me in this game.
So everyone except for Faust notices eyes staring at you from the river.
And the
Mikoko-
frog eyes?
No, not frog eyes. There are
Mikoko jumps and scuttles round to the other side of the stump.
a series of what look like fish eyes, just sort of staring, like glowing in the water, looking towards you, with one belonging to a particularly large fishy shadow.
What color are they glowing?
Red.
Oh, neat. Can I determine what kind of fish this is?
Give me a nature check.
Can I get some sort of bonus for being a fisherman?
Yeah, we'll say you get advantage.
Cool. I've rolled a 12.
Cool. So you're pretty certain the smaller ones are pugils, which are
not a pugil.
a fairly common wavekin. They're medium sized. They tend to stick to rivers and rivery areas.
Rivers and the streams that they're used to.
Yeah. They do, however, have the ability to come out of the water, which they often use for hunting things that sort of situate themselves alongside the river. They have a wind bladder that they can inflate in order to hover.
I'm sorry, a wind bladder?
Yes, a wind bladder that they can inflate in order to hover out of water. They can typically hover for about an hour before they have to resubmerge because they can only breathe underwater.
How do they inflate that wind bladder? Is it a magic thing or is it like a fish thing?
It's a fish thing.
Okay.
So yeah, they tend to attack small mammals that fall into rivers.
Sure.
We kind of just dangled one in the water.
Yeah.
The larger
equivalent
one,
of yanking the quarter out of the coin slot.
The larger one you don't recognize.
Okay.
But I am going to have to ask if everyone can go ahead and orient yourselves. You just crossed over to where you're at now.
From left to right, we crossed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and orient yourselves as you would, because we're gonna have your roll initiative.
So where I am is the bank that we all just landed on, or whatever.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the south is to your right.
That looks about right. You want one of these? Oh man. My name should be Smitty Werberman Jensen, because he was number 1.
That's
believe it.
Schmitty, Webben, Jagerman, Jensen to you.
Thank you, please. I needed to say it, but I couldn't devote the energy to actually knowing it.
I mean, not gonna lie, it took me a while to process it in my brain before I said it.
It was on the hat and everything, you know?
Junior Shabadoo.
Yeah, I'll never forget Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo. Now, if only I knew the name from Full Metal that takes like 10 minutes.
Which name from Full Metal?
Pyko, you know the one. The one that both the dude and the other guy have. They're like, oh, you're Chosuke.
Oh. Why are you
know
the
what I'm
one
talking
that's... Why are you the one that's not whispered to the
Sorry, I
GM?
just got back. We're referencing Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, what's the real long name that ends in Chosuke?
The the
Yeah.
nonsense name.
Yeah, the real long one that sounds great that I wish I knew.
Hang on.
Bipo. Oh,
Yeah, that one.
Aringano. Oh, yeah.
Keep going. I'm sure you'll jigsaw it all together.
Hang on.
Jugumu. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jugumu Goku no Shugi Kaijari Sugino no Suigo Matsu Unurai Matsu Furai Matsu Kureta Koni Sumuto Koro Yabura Kojino
Pipe.
Borokoji Pipo no Shurigan no Gurindai no Pokopino Pokopano Chocomino no Chosuke.
Osuke.
Well, easy for you to say.
Goku no Shurike Kaijari Sugyo no Shigomatsu Unraimatsu Furaimatsu Kunero Tokoro Nisumu Tokoro Yaburakoji no Burakoji Paipo no Shuringan no Gurindai no Ponpo Kopi no Ponpo Kona no Choku Yume no Chosuke.
Whereas we call them Tot.
Yeah.
I believe one of the members of Loading Ready Run has an autocomplete for that in their phone.
At the beach.
Age.
Yeah. He just
I knew
types
exactly who you were talking
he
about.
just
because I
types
remembered that clip.
Jugamu. He just types Jugamu and then it autocorrects to the full thing.
What a good thing to set up. I should do that.
I have when will you ever use that?
Right now.
When you're
Well,
And
how
talking
do
all
you-
about the name.
conversations like right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
How do you use it so much that autocorrect knows it?
Well, no, you can set up an automatic thing.
It would only take once.
It's an auto replace. There's more than autocorrect, so that you have it. You can set up things in your phone.
Yeah,
so that
I've
when
got
you
that
type,
set up so I put S and then an @ symbol, and it just replaces S with an @ symbol with my full email address.
Yeah, you can set up auto replace things so that when you go to type something in your phone or on any device really, you type a shorthand and it will automatically replace it with whatever you've set up previously.
It is a fun prank to do that with your friends and like the word butts and anything you want.
Yeah.
I am not allowed to know this because my parents are so technologically disadvantaged.
Well, yes, yeah. Many that was an early 2000s prank. Was setting up an auto replace on your parents' phone that replaced, the name of your family pastor or physician with a rude word.
Mm-hmm.
Because no one ever really means to send the word duck.
No.
Never.
I have never once typed out duck intentionally.
You should go to more ponds.
No. Fuck ducks. They're
You don't like
hateful.
ducks?
They're hateful little bastards.
Depends on the
Well,
duck, really.
So, ducks or geese?
Both.
Yeah. I've met some pretty chill ducks.
It's just geese are bigger and meaner.
Geese are bigger and meaner, and ducks are only mean because they're a little bit quackers.
Hey.
Anyway, this fish are trying to kill you.
They're not trying to kill me.
That's news.
They're trying to inflate their wind bladder.
Blount, it's your turn first.
Where are these fish?
In the water.
You said I saw eyeballs. Where did I see
You see
eyeballs?
glowing eyes along the riverbank.
Anybody got dynamite?
Sort of like here.
I mean, I'm thinking
in
about
a
it.
line.
I mean, I have the next best thing to dynamite right now.
Very tempting to throw some fishing tackle in the water, huh?
You keep your tackle where no one can see it.
Well, hey. Would these fish be in total cover?
Yes, at the moment. They are in full cover.
See.
Because the river is moving. The river is moving too fast to accurately throw anything at them.
Well, no, I meant for the purposes of my blind sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay where I am, I guess. Well, I'll move right here. And I will can I ready actions in this thing?
Yeah, you can ready actions.
If I see a fish, I'm gonna jab my lance through its eyeball.
Okay. So if you see a fish and it is within range.
Yeah.
Also, as a note, because it's now his turn, Faust has no idea any of you have seen these fish. So Faust.
I mean, apparently we still haven't seen these fish.
What you doing?
Yep. Faust is just kind of looking around, trying to see where we need to head to next to get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure it's this way.
East or south?
That's south.
You're not marking on the
Yeah.
Right. I'm on the wrong layer.
visible layer.
That
Yeah,
way
you
is
drew a
south.
line earlier, and it was like, I don't know where he's drawing. Nothing.
Sorry,
That's
this was the
fine.
line I meant to draw earlier as to where, like the area you were seeing. This whole area.
Oh,
is
cool.
where you
All
were
right, so
seeing
which way's
eyes.
north?
North is that way, I think.
North is that way. South is that way.
Okay.
10. Faust just kind of walks this way and kind of takes a look around and sees what the path ahead looks like.
Yeah, it's mostly flooded.
Hmm.
As you guys are sort of seeing what it kind of looks like now. If you recall, all the last time you were in this area or in an area similar to this, where the water was, it was all just like dried ground and earth. To give you an idea of how drastically the Giza Plains changes during the rainy season. All right. Anything else on your turn, Faust?
I think that's it,
Okay.
considering I have no clue that anything is happening.
Mikoko!
We'll back up away from that particular line. Look back over her shoulder. Faust, company, danger fish.
Wait, they are just fish. We could just leave.
Company Dangerfish. Rowena.
Um,
Oh, sorry. Mikoko, still. Sorry, I don't know why I
sorry,
assumed
let me
you
just-
were done.
double check my spells real quick. Okay. All right. Check. Oh, right. That's an issue. Double check the exact wording on the spell. One moment. Caller.
Should summon greater
it is.
fish.
Wait,
Have
I
that.
only have second level spells. Even then, I've only got one. But yeah, I'm gonna scooch up next to Faust and radiant action to jolt the first pugil I see.
All right. Rowena.
Seeing that everyone's sort of getting ready for things, I will cast Bless.
On who?
Myself,
Yeah, that was a silly question, huh?
Blount, and Mikoko.
Oh, hang on. I'm getting blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
Too blessed to be stressed.
Go ahead and share the blessed spell in the chat for me. Up to 3 creatures your choice. Sprinkling of holy water. Concentration up to a minute.
Okay.
You get a D4 to add to attack rolls and saving throws. Okay, so just to clarify held actions that are held so far. Mikoko is holding to jolt a pugil.
Mhm.
And Blount is holding to stab a fish.
Oh yeah. Gotta
Okay.
spit it up.
Good. So, the water suddenly bulges as what is definitively not a pugil erupts
then.
from the water.
That's a fish. That's a fish, baby. Ooh.
It erupts
Come on
from
now.
the water and begins to hover as it rushes forward, provoking Blount's attack of opportunity.
Cool. As one does, like an idiot. 16 hit.
A 16 hits.
How's a 13 strike you?
It strikes it. And
Uh,
it, in return, don't worry, Andrew. There are pugils in the water that we're sure your held action will go off against.
Yeah.
It's just
Like
it-
I knew they were there.
which is
Didn't know what the big guy was. Knew what the little guys were.
it's just
I-
it's just slightly amusing to me that he rolled higher than they did on their initiative. It's like hold for the pugils. All right.
Hang on, I have a question here.
Bigger danger fish.
I've readied an action. What does it cost to ready an action?
It's your action
You take-
on your turn, and it's your reaction to actually activate it.
Okay. So does the attack action I've just taken trigger my crescent moon strikes?
What do
Where
your
I
crescent
can
moon-
roll when I make an attack action. Oh wait, damn. The pugils aren't there yet. Never mind.
Yeah, it's also not an attack action. You're holding an attack for your reaction.
You're holding the attack action.
Oh,
The
you're
action,
holding
you're
it?
like when you
Oh,
ready,
yeah.
you ready a specific action to perform as a reaction.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah.
I thought it was
That's why you can still use extra attacks on your if you hold the attack action for your reaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, the alpha fish is attacking Narn because Narn looks
Tall and skinny.
well. You're tall and skinny, but you're also vaguely reptilian, and this thing likes to eat reptiles.
I like to eat fish. We'll see how this turns out.
Hard
Uh,
issues, elemental attacks, and just bites
first,
it.
as it comes out, it flares out all of its fins in an attempt to frighten its opponents. So everything within 30 feet that can see it. Faust,
Oh,
did
that's
you turn
awesome.
around when Mikoko yelled "danger fish"?
Yes.
All right, so all of you, make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Is this magical or no?
It is not magical, no.
Okay.
17.
15.
11. What are you, a Dilophosaurus?
You know what? I'm going to use my inspiration here.
Go ahead. Good use of inspiration.
Wait,
That's about
doesn't
what I
Marin have
expected.
bless?
Yeah, Makoko has bless.
Oh, right, that's a save.
Yeah, your hashtag
So
blessed.
it
Add a
is-
d4.
So
So 13.
Well,
12.
that was Rowena. Oh, so 13, 12. All right. So Makoko's a 13. Rowena's a 12. So and Narin is a 17. So Rowena and Faust are frightened of the fish.
Cool.
It's a scary fish.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And it's going to headbutt Narin twice. A 14 and a 13 to hit.
both miss.
All right. Yeah. A creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of their turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. If a creature saving throw is successful, or the effect ends for it, the creature is immune to the alpha fish's fin flare for the next 24 hours. It is absolutely a jump scare, yes.
So that was like it did a shimmy with its fins, and people got freaked out just looking at it.
It sort of flexed its fins to make it look much larger than it already is,
Gotcha. Okay.
and did an aggressive charge at the same time.
If I've saved once, am I good, or should?
Yeah, if you're saved once, you're good.
Okay.
Also, yes, don't forget your limit charges. Narin.
Ooh.
All right, bonus action. He's gonna stick his left hand out and summon behind this floating big ass fish a spiritual weapon, which takes the shape of a fairly
bigger.
clean looking fishing gaff.
Hey. Excellent choice.
And it's gonna slam into the back of it. Let's see.
Imagine this weapon is not a cutlass, but a fishing gaff.
Yes. I'm assuming an 11 misses, though.
There, you now have the ability to control it. Yes, an 11 misses. So
Okay,
it
that's
bounces off of its scaly hide.
Do we flank with a spiritual weapon?
No,
No,
Okay.
it doesn't have any.
it's not a creature.
Okay.
So main action then, I'm going to reach down with my other hand into the mud, and it kind of pulls up and hardens and solidifies across his fists and forearm. And I'm going to try to punch this fish with stone fist.
All right, go to punch.
Jesus. Why did that
You
not
can
even
actually,
roll
yeah,
an
you can
attack?
actually roll an attack roll. You just
Why the hell did it not roll an attack?
I don't know. Do you not have an attack hooked into it?
Did it
I-
think it was
I
the
used
spiritual
it a
weapon
lot.
attack?
No, I've used this spell so many times before. Let me just double check it. Let's see. Yeah, it's versus. So,
It didn't like it when I
hang on,
clicked
this
the
is
link.
your spell, John. Make it melee spell. Okay, yeah, no. Melee spell attack. So I have to.
I don't know why you're getting mad at me for your character sheet being.
No.
broken.
I'm what I was trying to remember if this was based off my spell save DC, or if it was just spells.
Yeah,
spell
no,
stuff.
it's a melee spell attack,
with
so it's
all those
attacking with your wisdom.
So 13.
Ayo.
Which does hit.
Oh, hey, cool. So it does 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and it needs to make a DC 14 strength saving throw, or be knocked.
Knocked prone was the end of that sentence.
Well,
Yeah, my internet keeps cutting in and out.
Nice.
18 on the saving throw.
Well, you're doing better for a fish out of water than I thought it would.
it doesn't have legs.
Yeah. It just kind of rolls backwards and then pops back up.
Oh no, it's hovering. It's
Yeah,
not like
no,
on the
it's
ground.
You gotta knock the wind out of it.
Like when you throw a pester ball at Mew, that thing just bowls around in the dang little ball it's got.
All right. So,
That is me.
all right. Next, it is. So, once again, the water bulges outward as this time a pugil appears and triggers Miko's held action.
Alrighty. 16.
Yes, a
Thing
6.
they've got on them.
Ooh, actually. A 16 misses.
Huh. Well then.
The jolt flies past as the pugil flies over here. Well, hovers over here. 1, 2, 3. And just starts sort of attacking. Not the first thing it sees that isn't the thing that the bigger one is attacking, which is Rowena.
Yay.
It just flies up at you and tries to bite you. Does a 15 hit you?
That is my armor class, yes.
But an 8 misses, right?
15 is my armor class, yes.
Yeah, so only one attack hits. As you take 15 piercing damage.
Down I go.
Wow.
I forget you
forgot
have
about that.
no hit points.
I have 12.
So yeah,
Okay.
this fish just flies out of the water and latches onto Rowena's neck. It's very much like the piranha attacks from the Austin Powers movies. It's like the piranha leaps out and attacks, but if the piranha was the size of a dog, basically, and it just takes Rowena down to the ground with it. Next, another pugil launches out of the water towards the closest thing.
Oh,
Blount. Well, a natural 1 misses you. Does a 13 hit you?
no.
All right. It flies out towards you, but you, being the expert fisherman that you are, sort of just smack it off to the side so it can't bite you. Next, yet another pugil flies out of the water. They suck at
Not if
hitting.
you think you're hard enough.
They suck at hitting things, but they have a large damage potential, but a low average damage.
I'll show you a large damage potential.
A 13 misses you, but does a 21 hit you?
It might. It does.
All right, you take 13 piercing damage as it as
13.
similar piranha style latches onto the side of your neck.
We are feeling nasty today, these piranhas.
And finally, the last pugil launches itself out of the water. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh yeah, by the way, all of you lose
Concentration
bless.
drops.
And just
Damn.
flies for Mikoko.
Did it by chance fly past me?
No, it didn't get close enough for a trigger attack opportunity from you. It would have triggered an attack opportunity from Rowena, but
Welp.
does a 14 hit you, Mikoko?
No.
Does a 23 hit you?
Yes.
For 11 piercing damage.
Ow.
And Blount.
All right. All right.
Look at all
thinking
these
about what I
people that
should
can
do.
take a minor bit of damage and live. Sure.
Yeah, weirdos, huh?
Sounds like you ought to do something about that.
Sorry, those attacks that were on Mikoko missed.
Yes,
One hit.
one hit.
Um,
One hit, one missed.
What was the hit that made it?
A 23?
21.
A 23 that did 11 piercing damage.
Double check things really quick. 11 piercing damage, you say? I will use my reaction for fighting style interception.
All right, which does what?
I reduce the damage that they take by 1d10 plus my efficiency bonus. You take 8 less damage.
Hooray!
So yeah, as this fish comes flying at you, Mikoko, and you sort of like recoil instinctively, Faust just punches it in the face to like sort of to try to stop it from biting you. Unfortunately, a Pugil has a really long mouth, so it like bites around Faust's arm and and scrapes you on the face a little bit, but most of it goes into Faust's forearm. So you only lose 3 hit points.
Mhm.
So, Blount,
Okay.
what are you
So
doing,
the
Tuskis?
problem is that I have disadvantage on anything close to me. So what I'm going to do is shimmy here.
That will provoke attack opportunity from the alpha fish.
Oh shoot, that's from the Elfish. That's right. I don't want that.
I mean, and a Pugil, but or Pugil.
Talk to me about here. Is this water or what is this?
I mean, that's sort of like the edge of the water.
Good enough. Can I stand there?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm
There's just a
standing there.
chance of you falling in the water if somebody hits you.
Yeah, I get advantage on swimming. I'm all right.
One...
Besides, all the fish are on the land, so what's the problem?
This is not all the fish.
It sounds like all the fish.
One of the Pugils gets to attack you. Has advantage because you're missing hit points. Because they're like piranhas. Does a 20 hit you?
Yeah.
You take 14 piercing damage. Ooh, that one's rolling real good.
All right, you done?
Yep, that's it.
All right. So then I will make my lance attack on this one right here.
Which one? Sorry, I missed
21.
it.
The one to the right.
Oh,
One
yeah,
that just
that
hit
hits. Yeah, the one that just bit you. Yes, that hits.
That does 9 damage.
All right.
And then I will make my crescent moon attack on the one immediately adjacent it. Or 9 damage.
All right. Consistency.
And can I drink a cheap potion?
Yeah,
What
bonus
are
action.
those bonus?
Bonus action.
Cool, yes. Doing that.
Crush a potion.
Crush a potion?
Crush a
Crescent
potion.
Moon Strike requires a bonus action.
Yeah.
Oh,
It does. It does use my bonus. That's right.
so no, then you can't crush a potion.
I look longingly at the potion on my belt.
Which
I'm gonna crush it next turn.
I mean, yeah, because that would have been a pretty good crush potion there. All right, Faust. There are fish attacking, and one of them's real freaky.
Yep, and I'm gonna focus on the one that's directly in front of me first. So I'm going to... Because... yeah, I'm going to keep my shield out in case there are more of them in the water that are about to leap at me specifically. So I'll swing with the one hand. I will roll a natural 1 and miss the fucking fish.
Hey.
Do you have any other attacks?
That is it.
All right, go make that wisdom saving throw.
Yes. Wisdom saves. 4.
Still
Wiggly
scary.
fish, man.
It's a freaky fish. All right, Mikoko. Oh, bonus
okay.
points, Rowena. You're not scared anymore.
Yeah, kind of.
The frightened effect falls off when you fall unconscious.
I will remind everyone that we have echo abilities.
I'm trying, but no one wants to stand next to me, all right? It's not my fault.
No, like Rowena could have just dropped to 1 there.
Yeah, but I think with the frequency that that happens, I think I'll save it this time.
Fair.
Okay, so
Rowena does get one shot quite a lot.
standard action.
Almost
I'm
like
gonna,
she shouldn't be here.
I'm gonna try to stab the fish that's right in front of me.
You do that.
That's a 9.
A 9's gonna miss.
Yep.
I'm gonna need you all to stop rolling poorly.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Look,
So, in the
I'm
interest
gonna
of
I'm gonna need you to start rolling poorly.
I'm also trying.
If there was one thing these fish didn't need, it was to roll with advantage every attack.
They've only rolled with it. Only one of them has rolled with advantage.
I thought it's because they were bloodied. They roll an advantage.
Yeah, they roll with advantage when they attack someone that does not have their max hit points.
Yeah, so everybody, isn't it?
No, I haven't been touched.
Narn and
yet.
Faust.
Oh, forget you.
Narn and Faust are fine.
Forget you, Naren.
And it's only the small
Oh,
ones.
I'm
The
an-
big one does not get that.
Well, Mikoko's annoyed now, so point blank core attack. 15?
15 hits. Wait, hang on. No, that's the wrong AC. Hang on. No, 15 misses.
Ah, son of a
15,
witch.
15 hits the big one. It doesn't hit the small ones.
All right. Yeah, that's me done. Can't do anything else.
All right. Rowena.
Bleed.
Make a death saving throw.
Oh.
Also remember to increment your limit breaks. Success.
Hooray.
Remember to increment your limit break too, because even though you're unconscious, you still raise your limit. Oh, Cody, yours should be at 1.
It is on my character sheet. It's not on this.
Oh, you have to start the bar manually.
Yeah,
for some reason.
because I can't link a bar to a class resource, unfortunately.
Yeah, no worries.
Can't or won't.
No,
Yeah,
can't.
should be able to.
I've tried.
There's no, particularly because they're created resources. They don't have a thing to link the bar to. I've looked. I haven't been able to find one. I haven't been able to find an attribute that matches it. Like there might be an attribute there that matches it, but I have no idea what it would be.
All good.
Sorry, now I'm looking through the attribute list again, just in case there's something that jumps out at me.
It is in fact your big fish's turn.
It's true. 'Tis true.
It is. It's the alpha fish's turn. The alpha fish attacks Darn.
Gotta have a better name than Alpha Fish.
Yeah.
I mean,
Spiny-headed
danger
Death
fish.
Eater. Yeah.
Misses both attacks. This is the one that's rolling poorly.
I'm not gonna argue.
Flare-finned Needlemouth.
Narn.
All right. This is not looking good.
We say that every fight.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
We flanking this fish?
we are now.
Hey.
Let's see. Bonus action. I'm gonna pray. Start a prayer. So my confession charge goes up. And then let's see. Main action. I'm going to reach down and cast Cure Wounds on Rowena, with the distinct possibility of bringing her to full hit points with a first level spell. Let's see. Cure Wounds. Yes, first level. 5. I did not do that though. I rolled
it's
minimum.
basically, it's like half.
Yeah.
It's one below half, yeah.
Yeah. So he's just gonna reach down, put a hand on her shoulder, and then when she comes to, he's just gonna say, back up from the big one.
What?
Anything else?
No, that's action, bonus action, and my move.
All right. So this one is going to attack Rowena again.
Yay.
Never gets old.
It's really fun.
Just like me, I'll never get old.
However, a 13 and an 8, even with advantage, means they miss.
Yay.
Next one. This one moves to follow Blount.
Boo.
However, a 15 and an 11, even with advantage, means they miss.
Yay. The Gogurt is cursed. Oh.
This one also attacks Blount. Now, Jesus fuck. 12 and a 9.
Thank you for accommodating my wishes.
You're welcome.
It's very nice of you.
And finally, this one attacks Faust, who stuck his arm in its mouth. Faust is not missing any hit points, so it does not have advantage. This is why they have advantage when you're missing hit points, because they actually really suck at their to hit.
Oh, I'm not sure I believe you.
Yeah.
I'm betting there's like some 18s and 19s been rolled previously.
Absolutely, they last like let me look at the other ones real quick. Last time I was hitting, I rolled a 19. I rolled a 19. I rolled a 19 and a 15. Yeah, like the last two that hit were an 11 hit Rowena. An 11 hit Rowena. And then all the other ones that hit were rolls on like 18 and up.
Yeah, on normal characters.
Yeah. So they to hit everyone but Rowena, they have to roll pretty high.
I'm helping.
All right. Faust. Does a 17 hit you, Faust?
No.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Yeah. So that, had to roll a 15 to hit you. All right.
They also attack twice, apparently.
Yes, they do. They make 2 bite attacks. 13 damage to Faust. So
Deal a lot of damage for us having, I think, me at the highest at having 34 hit points.
Yep.
they're rolling really well on their damage. Blount.
Okay.
The barley option.
Well-
So class resource works for the first one.
Yeah, I tested it on a different game.
Okay. So if you all switch your limit break to the first class resource on your character sheet, we can link them to the
Already
bar.
done.
Yeah, that's where mine already is.
Class resource.
I'm fine with that, sure. Let me retype my thing.
There we go. Let me put that in there. Really quick. Class resource,
Zippy.
class resource, class resource. Miko's dropped to 1, so I believe that is accurate.
No, mine should be 2. Oh, right. Yeah,
In your
it was
character sheet.
1 on my sheet.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Now it is 2. There we go, fixed.
Yeah, because I was just playing around with mine just to show it off.
All right, I'll update your saved tokens in a bit.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. So I am going to have to really not want to do this, honestly.
Looks like I'm gonna have to jump.
No, because
you might
I
as well.
can't. I can't. without incurring opportunity attacks from like 4 different things, and I would just die. So I'm going to attack the big needle-mouthed flare fin
Mhm.
with my lancet attack. And even though it is within 5 feet, because I'm flanking, that'll cancel out to normal.
That's correct. 19 hits.
Hey, all right. So I recover 6 HP.
Ow, that hurt.
And then as a bonus action, I will go into my trance so that I don't have to do it later.
All right. Trance initiated.
Oh, wow.
Faust.
Wow.
Cool. I'm still frightened of the big fish that is present, so disadvantage attack 12.
Misses.
Yeah.
That was
I'm not doing anything this
That was
fight.
a really good first roll, though.
Yeah, but unfortunately.
It was the
See?
first one.
Maybe you should try dying. That seemed to help me.
At the end of my turn. Yeah.
We need to work on your wisdom
About what I
saves.
expected. Unfortunately, I only had a set array of stats. The 8 had to go somewhere.
The 8 had to go somewhere. Miko.
Mikoko will squeak at Faust, cover me, and scooch this way.
And we'll try to attack you. A 14 misses you.
Indeed it does.
I covered you and no one can say otherwise.
You've got your arm shoved in its mouth still. It's like
Just raises the arm a bit. And Mikoko will cast the 2nd level Burning Hands at these 3 fish that have quite conveniently lined up.
Thank you.
Yep, you can hit him without hitting Blount.
Oh, thank God. I would have taken the hit anyway. Just kill these dang fish.
Oh, whoops. I need another d6. That's
Ooh.
19 on a fail. Or math is hard.
Well, their dex
9,
save is
10,
not their strong
9.
suit.
Yeah, it'd be 9 on a save.
And then it cost me 3.
You mean
So only one of them saved. But they're all dead.
Hey.
Faust, you're no longer afraid.
Yay.
Fuck these fish. Cool.
There is now a roast fish at your feet, Blount.
Bonus action. I'm
Bonus
gonna spend another flare point and charge the fish that's on Faust's arm.
Not the one that's gnawing on
17.
Rowena.
I mean,
17 hits.
I would stop before I reach the other one.
17 hits. You
Or
were
12.
You were one off from hitting it with the jolt previously.
Ow.
12, you say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There you
More
go.
like fish kebab. Anyone?
That one is dead.
Sorry, not this time.
Fine, fair. Not my
And
strongest
they also
work.
don't have a lot of hit points. Blount was just barely not killing them.
And then I'm gonna keep moving to there. That's me done.
All right. Rowena.
I'm going to use half my move to stand up.
To-
And then I will take a chakram and try to sever the one that's on my neck.
Be very careful not to punch yourself.
I've got an echo, it's fine. 22 to hit
22 hits.
for 8 slashing.
Still up. All right. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, because it's not a ranged weapon attack.
All right. Naren.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20. Big ass spectral gaffhook comes floating around.
16 misses.
I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's that one off.
Yep. Bonus action. Turn around and slice it up with a dagger. See if that 22
22 hits.
for another 6 points of piercing damage.
It's dead.
All right.
As the last pugil falls and hits the ground, and you all
Now stuck on my knife.
you all sort of catch your breath again after another fight. You all feel this warmth emit as a burst of light erupts from your various job crystals. And you all level up.
Hey.
There's a faint da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da in the background somewhere.
You guys smell toast too?
I mean, I hadn't thought to brought it up.
Rowena's going to
that's
lose hit points.
That's probably the
please.
fish.
That actually does smell quite good. And I hand the uncooked fish to Makoko and go grab one of the other pugils.
You got a pugil.
Actually, how heavy is this big one?
Blunt is
you said-
already trying to carve something off this. We're
Yeah.
thinking bluefin tuna steaks.
Yeah.
John, you said these fish were the size of a large dog?
Yeah, the pugils are. This one is the size of a bear.
Yeah, the moment Naren hands the pugil to Mikoko, it's too heavy for her, and she just sits down.
Just tunk.
Thump.
They're actually very light. They are big, but they are not very dense.
Because most of their size is that air bladder.
Yep.
Yes.
No!
So you get
No!
so you get 1 extra hit point.
Up to 13.
I don't understand. I'm gonna take some scales
Oh, wait,
off this fish.
average,
The nicest
not-
scales I can find.
I forgot that I take the average because I am not smarter than math.
Yeah, same.
I've just
Same,
gone.
but that's
I beg
It's
to differ.
7. I go to 31.
Hey. Plus 3.
You know, considering that Rowena has a -1 to their con, the fact that they have 13 hit points is impressive.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, I get an extra cantrip. Nifty.
So yes, the fish actually does smell fairly good. The pugils smell a little bit like the pugils smell a little bit like sort of roast salmon. Where the larger one actually has like a weird. You would swear even if it wasn't a fish, you would swear the larger one was more red meat than it is fish. Because it definitely smells more like beef almost.
It's a deep water fish. This is all long, lean muscle.
Yeah.
Excellent. Cool.
We're actually good
oh.
as opposed to the wolf, which
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what to do with.
Yes. This food is actually edible.
Dude.
No, wait. We sold the wolf, didn't we?
Sold the pells, kept the meat.
No one
I
wanted
thought
the
we
meat.
jerkied it. We bought salt and jerkied it.
Yeah, we salted and made it into jerky.
As far as I remember, you bought the salt for me, and I haven't done anything with it yet.
Yeah, I haven't actually made it into jerky yet. You just have the salt.
Could have sworn. Either way, taking as much meat as I can carry here.
You can get a decent amount of meat. It's mostly cooked already, so it's not going to keep for very long, unless you have a way of refrigerating it.
I might.
But
I don't, but I might.
you can definitely, at the very least, get today's worth of rations off of these.
Oh yeah.
Gonna put that in here as nice tasting fish rations.
As Narin's like, I already am, and eating the fish.
Yeah, he's sliced off a chunk and he's been chewing on that while he slices off the rest. And let me zoom in on this thing real quick because I want to see. Oh yeah. No.
What is that that image true to life there? It's got blue scales.
Yeah, blue scales with red feathering. It's not feathering, but you know what I mean. Frill.
Yeah. I've taken some of those scales.
Yep. You have a handful of blue scales. They're very nice. But yes, you all sort of feel a rush of knowledge as the job stones glow. That knowledge being, the thing as you gain as you level up.
I've already decided on mine. Have you all decided on yours?
I am just missing a Oh wait, I have to pick a cantrip and an ability score improvement.
Or feet.
You get
Oh, yeah,
both?
or feet.
Or feet.
Yeah, it's level 4.
Ooh. That's neat. I just get the ASI.
I mean, it could also be a feat. So
Yeah, spellcasters.
Yeah, I'm saying you get the spell as well.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
spellcasters
Yeah,
do get a cantrip increase.
yeah, I get a cantrip and another second level spell, which is Lesser Restoration.
Ooh, good choice.
Inspiring leader would be funny.
I have taken the mobile feat to increase my speed by 10 foot.
Oh yeah.
To make
as with
the dash action cool.
As is Final Fantasy tradition, not D&D tradition, but Final Fantasy tradition, you also get restored back to max hit points when you level.
Oh, nice.
I've suddenly decided.
Fix that.
Does that include spell points?
Yes, we'll say yes.
Dope.
Oh yeah,
You
don't
get
forget to increase your spell
17,
points too for spell
Yeah,
damage.
we have 17 now.
Yay. High five between the tallest and shortest character.
That might not be how I did it previously, but it's been 7 weeks, so I don't give a shit anymore.
Leveled up. I don't think we've actually leveled up in the middle of a session.
Yeah.
No.
Always been outside of them.
But yeah, so
This is also level 4, so most of us are getting a feat.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, with the knowledge you feel, you also all feel reinvigorated. Though for Narin, that might just be because he's eating fish.
I'm
like
totally
them
attributing
raw.
it to the fish.
This is
I'm not even paying attention. The crystal hangs off the ponytail on the back of his head. He didn't even see the light. He felt a little bit of warmth, and then that was it.
Those air bladders.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still making the fish float, or what's
No,
up?
they have decompressed.
Okay.
It also means that the fish fall like reduced to like half the size they were a second ago.
Would have been nice to have some water wings. Could I try and inflate one? Just as we're gutting
Load.
fish and
Give me a nature check with disadvantage.
disadvantage. I'm a fisherman.
Yeah, you're a fisherman. You're not a xenobiologist.
You're telling me that fishermen don't fuck around with fish guts every chance they get?
Oh, absolutely
You know
they do.
they-
But that doesn't.
Well-
Fucking around with fish guts does not include reinflating a wind bladder.
Oh, you need to fuck around with some fishermen more.
With 11, you can't you can blow air into it, but it just comes right back out. You have no idea how the mechanism actually works.
Okay.
That smells lovely.
Yeah,
It's
you,
just
I
a
thought it
hole
might
from
work.
Naren's dagger.
yeah, you are also breathing in its guts, for what it's worth.
Ugh.
Making a noise like a whoopee cushion. Yeah, that didn't work. Now I'll go rinse my hands in the water.
What about your face?
I mean,
The
we could
rain's
just look
coming
up.
down, right? Yeah.
But yes, you have cleared this particular crossing.
We've solved your fish puzzle.
You did. The puzzle was insert blade
It
into
was just
fish.
violence.
How do we solve this puzzle? Punch it.
I
The
cast
Gordian
mist.
knot. Yeah.
Are you saying these fish are the Gordian knot?
I mean, I cleft it in twain, did I not?
No, you didn't, because you use a spear.
First off, it is a lance.
It's fair. It's a lance.
Either way, it's not
A
really
lance
slashing
cuts
weapon, is
less.
it? Lances are for putting holes in things, not cuts.
Like
I
a
find if you do
spear.
enough piercing damage, it turns into slashing.
A spear at least has like a blade you could pull up and down on. A lance doesn't. It's just a point.
It's literally a very sharp. It's a cone with a very sharp tip.
It's a giant needle. Speaking of needles, Rowena.
Yes.
How you doing?
Summoned deep from the spells list.
Yeah. I don't think I get any new spells looking at it.
Are you going to take?
I mean, I took a feat.
What feat did you take?
A good one for me. Actor.
Ooh, that is a good one.
I thought you were going to take tough and get 4 more hit points.
It would have been 8,
Huh?
and that would have been more than I would have gotten from ever rolling.
It's true.
I took Shadow Touched as a feat.
How do you explain that narratively?
It's a piece of magitech that he's been fiddling with.
Cool.
That's how a Garlean explains every magic narratively.
Yeah, I know. So giving you the opportunity.
I've chosen my feat.
I can cast Invisibility and I can cast Disguise Self once per long rest. Each.
What feat have you chosen, Cody?
Chef.
Chef.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes.
Put
Brilliant.
it to use immediately.
Yep. Because it increases my wisdom and a whole bunch of other cool shit.
And Mikoko?
Indecision, thou art a heartless witch.
That's fair. Well, while you're having your indecision, what are you all doing next?
So we're done here, yes? We go home?
You realize we didn't come out here to hunt fish, yes?
Well, it seems
Oh, it's
every
not
other
the-
time we've been out.
Product. He says as he slices off another chunk of fish.
What'd you say? Sorry, you cut off there.
So,
What Naren actually said didn't come through.
oh, fucking internet.
I heard it. Did it not?
All I heard was
I heard-
product.
Yeah.
Mm,
And then presumably Cody, tried to repeat himself, but then we didn't hear the repetition.
every time you cut out, it's because you're saying something important.
I presume he was saying something about the quality of the product, but I just have no idea what that something was. We all keep cutting in and out? That's what-
Yeah, it's a little bit more stable.
And there you
A little bit more stable. Gone.
It's a little bit more stable. Drops from the call.
Oh, irony. So sweet.
Welcome back, Cody.
I just don't know why.
You just said you're a little bit more stable and then vanished.
You have great comedic timing.
Yeah. It's the one thing I got.
So, anyways, what did Narin say?
That
Oh god.
Every time.
Every time you try to say it, it
so
goes
good.
away.
Write it down.
Put it in the chat.
You dropped from the chat.
Are you just not here right now, Cody? Is that what's happening?
No,
Well,
I'm not. I'm not.
you're not here. God, there he goes
Yes, he
again.
is in fact not here.
That's a power move right there.
Fuck you. That's more
There we
accurate to be my internet connection right now than it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God.
Good grief.
Okay. So Narin said that he knows we're not here to hunt fish. It's just a happy byproduct.
Why didn't you cut out?
Why didn't I cut out?
Because it wasn't important to John.
Yeah.
Oh.
And also because my internet's fine.
I just assumed it was the AI not wanting us to say it.
The basilisk is watching.
Hey man, I do everything I can for Roko, alright?
Roko's just the guy that thought it up. The basilisk is the thing you gotta be worried about.
You know, hilariously, just by being aware of Roko's basilisk, you have contributed to Roko's basilisk, and thus the basilisk won't kill you.
You know what I did is I started this conversation, so I'm pretty much set. Y'all, I don't know.
You know,
I've already been aware of the basilisk, so I've already contributed.
basilisk.
This is a different system. Nobody here can.
But what have you
highlight
done for
organ.
the basilisk lately?
The basilisk can suck me off. Anyways.
I just came in at the weirdest fucking part.
Can you? Because, like, I think the basilisk is pretty good.
All I heard was basilisk can suck me off. This is the most stable connection
Don't
I've had
threaten me
this
with a
whole
good
time,
time.
just for this laughter.
And y'all thought it wasn't the basilisk doing this to him.
Oh, God. Oh, it's been too long since we played D&D.
Ding dong.
Anyways. You're all at a riverbank still.
Yeah, Mikoko gets up and wipes what's left of the blood from her face from that fish bite. We're not done. We have to keep going.
Throw the fishtail over my shoulder. Let's go.
Stunk. All right. So you continue on south. Eventually, you find that the delta that the Giza Plains has become begins to sort of more solidify as the rain begins to lessen and lessen. It feels like you're coming out the other end, having now crossed through that more difficult area of the Giza Plains. And you find yourselves looking out at the southern Giza Plains, which are still associated with the Giza Plains, but they're not the proper plains that you just came across. You see that the rushing river is now pouring out and around and through this whole other much more verdant valley that seems to, mainly keep itself fresh and alive thanks to the occasional weird bouts of flood that happens to the plains proper. And you see that the flowing river is actually currently all consolidating into a lake. So the rivers sort of converge on a single point and pour down into a hole in the ground, which begins to fill a reservoir of water. As the reservoir of water fills, you can see there's actually a rail cart, like a railway that goes, a mostly broken railway that goes across where this reservoir is. You imagine when it's dry, this reservoir is empty or at least lower down, and it's just this rickety old rail that would not support anybody's weight going across a massive chasm that you can sort of see from above where you're at. It's much further south down the plains. It'll probably take about another hour to get to it from where you're at, but you can see it from this distance. And you can see that this sort of reservoir leads into a series of caves.
So there, I guess.
Does that roughly match the location of where we had visited last time, but been blocked off from?
Well, you hadn't visited last time. You were told about it.
That
It would
does
be
seem to
difficult to
be the
reach.
closest we've seen to our destination, yes.
Well, let's go so we can get out of this godforsaken rain.
Go then.
So you continue on.
Yep.
You following the landscape, you see that the Giza, the southern Giza Plains has yet another variety of interesting creatures that you can see. You see some cactars, some more larger beasts, some flying birds of prey overhead. You also see, occasionally in the distance, a figure shrouded in strange garb watching you from a distance on a rock or something on a distance, sort of like a scout of some kind. None of you recognize the outfits, but particularly it seems like it's probably some sort of some sort of culture that lives out here. It's a tall, lean figure dressed in leathers and cloth and reeds, with a large wooden mask situated over a face that seems to have sort of draconic-esque horns sticking out of the head.
Are they trying to make themselves hidden, or are they out in the open?
They're out in the open, but up on a rise. So it's like they're in sort of like a visible scout position.
We're being
We
watched.
can see you, you know.
Well, they're too far away for you to talk to.
I'm just yelling out. It don't matter if they can hear me or not. It's more for my benefit than anything else.
Fair.
As is most things.
I think Faust said we're being watched.
Yes, that was all that he said in that case.
Deal with them or ask them.
Sorry, we heard, deal with them or ask them.
In internet.
You should check with your ISP.
Current.
I think that was
apparently was yeah.
Oh, I thought it could have been current rather than apparent. Yeah.
It was per something.
Yeah, I said currently it's dog shit.
Current.
Now we heard it. And there he goes again.
And he's gone again.
Sorry, Andrew, you were going to say something.
No?
Oh. You intoned
I think
as if
so.
you were, so I didn't know if that was going to be in a character thing or not.
Nope.
All right, so you're doing nothing about the individual watching you all?
I
Guiding
mean,
bolt.
what are we...
No.
Um,
How
Yeah.
many feet away? Like,
Quite a distance.
okay.
And
they're
there's not
just-
really much we can do about it other than detour all the way over there to chase them down.
Yeah, like, and as far as we know, they're a scarecrow. Actually, they could be a scarecrow.
And from a meta perspective, we all know this person will not still be there by the time we try and get there.
And it's a good thing none of us are crows.
I mean, if Mikoko were a bolder person, there is absolutely something she would do, but she's not gonna.
All right, so you continue on towards what you assume to be the mine entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So you continue on down to the plains. Eventually, after an hour or so, you end up at this reservoir that you had spotted earlier. It is indeed a deep hole in the ground, basically, that has a rickety rail bridge that goes across it that doesn't look like it would even support the rail cart it's designed to. At the moment, the reservoir is full of water with a fairly loud waterfall pouring down into it from the river, from the drainage from the Giza Plain Delta. And across the water from you is the mine entrance.
How far away?
If you were to measure it based on the railway, it looks like it's probably about 100 feet.
And this bridge goes all the way across?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing on it, and it's not very big. It looks like it might have been a more stable bridge at some point in time, but mostly it's just the rails that's left.
And the water level is at the what level of the entrance, or is it way down below?
It's at the level of the rails now. So, at the level of, the entrance and where you're standing.
So theoretically, I could just swim across.
Yeah.
Give me some of that fish food. And I'm going to toss one of my good fish, nice tasting fish rations into the water. And see if anything nibbles at it.
You toss the nice tasting fish ration into the water. It drops beneath the water. There's a ripple in the water.
Mikoko steps back from the water's edge.
I'm going to bait my hook, plant myself, and give it a cast. See if I can't rustle up some grub.
Give me a
Or
fishing.
whatever's in this water.
Give me a fishing tool check.
Ooh, and I've set it up. That's an 11. I did not mean to roll with advantage.
As you cast Old Wiggler. Sorry, what was that, Cody?
I think he was just amused at Old Wiggler.
Fair. So, you cast the line. It hangs there for a bit, just sort of floating on the water. And you feel a tug.
Hey, I set the hook and I start reeling in.
When you start reeling in, you reel to a point where now the line is completely taut.
Yeah. Okay.
You keep.
I've fished before.
You keep pulling.
I mean, I've fished before. I know what tension on a line feels like. Is
Mhm.
the line gonna break or no?
You're not sure yet.
Okay.
You gonna pull?
No, let it go.
Let it go.
I'm not breaking my line. It's fishing is a game of patience.
You loosen up the slack on the line. You feel whatever was caught come loose. And then you watch a large tentacle slither up onto the ground. Like it's reaching for something.
Slither up where? Like near me?
On the platform that you're all standing on. Just...
Mikoko just reaches
seem to have
just
caught its
scuttles
attention.
back further.
And as the slimy suction cup covered tentacle slides up onto the ground, searching for something, whatever it caught it, that's where we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Wow.